your horror movie podcast.
// welcome back to the podcast. You can find us on X, the artist formerly known as Twitter, Facebook. You can also find us on Instagram and Threads, as well as TikTok, YouTube, and all those fun platforms. Come hang out with us, follow us, like, share, subscribe, do everything you can to murder this podcast.
Everything.
Go.
Justin, tell us what we're watching this week.
We are watching Jennifer's Body.
All right, Waterboy, tell us what you thought about it.
Well, you know, it was a pretty
all
decent,
right, Justin, finish your first thought.
It was just,
and the reason why we're watching Jennifer's Body is because we are the month of love. So this has incredible themes of love. And I picked it because I needed a rewatch. I haven't watched this in years, but I remember I did watch it, and I thought it was
technically you didn't pick it. Us two picked it. We picked
you
it
guys
for
picked. Oh yeah,
number,
you're right. I did the
pick the number between 1 and 3.
Yeah, that mistakes were made. I had this number 2, and obviously 2 is the only number between 1 and 3.
But you live and learn from mistakes. It's the only way to grow.
Hey, you got to live and learn, get 1% better every single day. And this movie has great love undertones of a movie. And I wanted to rewatch because I remember it being super fun, and it did not disappoint. I've probably seen it like 3 or I don't know. It's probably like my 3rd time. But yeah, that's why I picked it.
Waterboy, have you ever seen this movie before?
I didn't see this movie at all. This was my first watch. Yeah, believe it or not, it's crazy.
Fucking slaps, dude. The puns in this movie are ridiculous.
So ridiculous, dude. Oh my god, the dialogue is so ridiculous.
Do you got a tampon,
dude?
Just seems like you'd be packing.
Oh my god,
there's so many lines like that. It's so ridiculous.
I love everything about it, dude. What was Waterboy? What was your expectation rating since you've never seen this before?
I didn't know anything really about this. I sort of like saw like previews for.
I didn't ask what you knew about it, what you had known about it. I want to know what your goddamn expectation rating was. Get to the
point. Get to the point.
Fine. I'm gonna say Justin, I thought it was a 7. I thought it was going to be a 7, and we'll see how my expectations went. Sure.
You thought it was a 7. I don't know, maybe. I don't know. I think I thought. I don't know. I think I can.
6.9.
Yeah, you would, you dirty little scoundrel, you. Justin, what about you? What was your expectation rating on the rewatch?
My expectation rate was a 8.7.
8.7. Beautiful. Mine was a solid 8 as well. Justin, if you drink that water during my next statement, you might get a Weddy.
All right, I'm good.
Wait, what?
Just making sure. A Weddy. Jennifer's dialogue through this whole movie, every time I watch it, I feel like I pick up on something new.
It's so much fun. The dialogue is
so much fun.
So ridiculous. Like,
it's definitely a high school movie, teen movie for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, it's perfect. It I don't know. I'm probably gonna edit this out because I'm stumbling over my words, but I forgot what I was gonna say.
Hey, it's all good. hell yes.
Who goes first? Let's jump right into
man.
this.
All right, Jennifer's Body is
go.
a wonderful movie that we're going to dissect this week. And we open to something very 2000s for us. I don't know about you, but if you like horror movies, you probably listen to these guys. She got a wonderful poster of Fall Out Boy chilling behind her bed. And we see that she's very sickly. You know what I mean? It looks like she's got like, I don't know, herpes. Her eyes are sunken. She's got like skin scabs. I don't know if she's on meth or what's going on. But then we see Needy giving her best impersonation of a peeping Tom chilling outside of her window. And we get a immediate cut scene to Needy in a mental institution, giving us like a voiceover dialogue of how she gets fan mail nowadays from nothing but perverts and people praying for her soul, and how this place is nothing more than a mental Olympics. I like that phrase. They're playing like tennis and like, Did you see her punch the fucking, what do you call that? Badminton? The ball where it's on the string around the pole or whatever. She just punches it off.
Knocked it off.
Oh, yeah.
Zero fucks given.
She's not playing.
She's a kicker.
Yeah. And then I don't know if you guys, I found this out at the end of the movie. Needy refuses to eat while she's in there because she doesn't want strength. She wants to keep herself in like a weakened state. And one of the nurses is actually giving her shit about how she only eats a very small amount of Toastums. And Needy just decides to give her a roundhouse kick that would make Patrick Swayze and them denim jeans jealous of the power that comes from this lady's leg muscles. And it does nothing but land her in solitary, where she gets tortured by fucking elevator music. And we're introduced to Devil's Kettle, a town. Kettle. Wow, I missed the T's in that word. Devil's Kettle. It's a town that's named after a waterfall where just nothing ever comes out the other end. Scientists have been dumping mountains of trash and unfinished, 39.99s in there, and just no answers ever given back. It's like when we put in a vacation slip at work, we just never know if we're going to get it. It transitions into yearbook photos that gives us the introductions of Chip, who's in the marching band, like way in the back, kind of no one pays attention, and also Jennifer, who is clearly the center of attention because she's drop dead gorgeous. She's in like a cheerleading outfit and she's twirling a flag. Needy is sitting in the audience and she gives her a wave and she waves back, and someone in the background just goes, "You're so lesby gay." Lesby gay.
Lesbian.
So starts the insane dialogue.
That's just the most ridiculous insult I've ever
heard. Maybe she was just asking her.
Yeah,
let's be gay.
Let's be gay. Let's be gay together. Let's be gay and go get some Auntie Anne's fucking cinnamon buns.
Oh my God! Don't even start talking about that, dude. That's so good.
Jennifer pulls Needy aside and she's trying to make plans for that night to go see a band called Low Shoulder. She tells Needy to wear something nice, and what this means is to not outclass Jennifer. She has to be like the second fiddle to Jennifer's hotness.
Cleavage is her thing.
Yeah, so Needy's going through like her entire closet. She's trying on outfits, and her boyfriend Chip says her pants are too low and he can almost see her front butt. She tells him Jennifer is salty for a band member, which I guess means beautiful. So Chip, in a very Justin-like response, calls her soy sauce.
Love it. Let's go.
Jennifer shows up at the house now, and she declares that she has the 2003 Chrysler Sebring all to herself until 11:30 tonight. So let's leave Chip behind and go see this band. And Jennifer is delivering like low blow after low blow to Chip on the way out the door. And they're all in Jello references. She calls them like green Jello, bad Jello, fruit Jello. But I've never been insulted by someone calling me Jello in my life.
Oh my
God.
Like
you're so green Jello. Like, wow, I was like, okay.
Yeah. All right. Well,
good one.
I guess we're going down this route. And Needy explains Melody Lane to us. She says, we arrive at the bar. Some towns have like an Orpheum or a theater or something like that. We have a nasty ass bar that's got a disgusting sticker toilet. I don't know how any of these stickers stick to that toilet. Like, I wouldn't even go in there.
There was some cool punk bands though on there. Just to say.
I mean, there was a lot of like shout outs in this movie, and there's a lot behind the scenes if you pay attention. But the girls now scope out the boys at the bar and wonder if the foreign exchange student from India is actually circumcised because she's in the mood for a sea cucumber.
Unreal.
Unreal.
Oh, it's real.
Jennifer also gets hit on by the local, I think she said he's like a cadet in training. His name is Officer Roman before he leaves to join the Guardians of the Galaxy. It's Christopher Pratt.
I had no idea. Like when I saw Chris Pratt, I'm like,
he's so young, and it doesn't even look like him. Yeah. On the rewatch, dude, I had to pause it and look it up, and I was like, all right, it is him. It's just not someone that kind of looks like him.
Dude, it's a fun cast, right? It's really cool.
Dude. The cast is amazing.
Right?
She blows him off, though, and she goes to flirt with the band as they're setting up, and she decides it's a really good idea to go show her tits to the bartender so they can get 9/11 shooters. You can't do that.
9/11 shooters, right?
It's too soon now, and this movie was, 15 years ago?
Right.
Oh, man.
It's way too soon. Adam Brody, who is a very underrated actor, in my opinion, is the lead singer of this band. And he refers to his bandmates as Jennifer is the State Farm Butter Princess, and she's definitely a virgin. The band is just talking loudly, and Needy can overhear them, so she calls them out, and she tells them they're all assholes. Needy goes back, and she goes to tell Jennifer, and she's like moderately offended that they would like think she's a virgin, because like for reals, she's not even like a backdoor virgin. And you can thank Officer Roman for that, because she couldn't even go to Flags the next day. And she had to stay home and like sit on a bag of frozen peas.
Insane.
Oh, God.
Yeah, the band starts to play now with the song called Through the Trees. And before they kick it off, he walks up and he does the most asshole thing you can do as a band for a small town dive bar. He walks up and he goes, "Good evening, Devil's Lake." And someone in the background shouts out, "It's Devil's Kettle." And he goes, "Fucking A right it is." And just stops playing his music.
Doesn't even know where he is.
I was like, this guy screams arrogant asshole from start to finish.
Yep.
The band starts playing, and after he just mislabels the town, he then spits his gum into the crowd. All 12 people standing in front of me spits his gum at him like he's this mega star. I would have picked it up and fucking punched him in the face. But Jennifer is like fully in love, and she is completely hypnotized. And mid-song, the stage catches on fire. It's I don't know if like the curtains go up first or if it's electrical or what. But the band kind of just smiles as this happens and just casually keeps playing their music. Well, shit's just up in flames and people are like trampling each other and killing each other trying to get out. The girls break through the bathroom door, climbing over the sticker toilet that I'm surprised their feet didn't get stuck to. But Adam Brody is outside and he's casually sipping a cocktail like he's by a campfire. Like zero fucks given. And
Whatever.
Jennifer is still in this like trance-like state. And he offers to take her in his van to like an after party to go hang out. Leaving Needy behind, she's almost in tears and she's scared for Jennifer. Like she knows something's wrong. It's almost like she can tell that this song put Jennifer in like under a spell.
Yeah, she was out of it.
Yeah.
And I mean, like Jennifer held eye contact with this band the entire time. The whole place was burning down. Like I said, everyone's dying around him.
Yep.
Needy then makes it home. And instead of calling the cops or Jennifer's mother or anything like that, she calls Chip, her boyfriend. And she tells him that Melody Lane burnt down and everyone's dead. How are you not getting checked out by EMTs? How did your mom not come get you? I have a million questions. Do you just walk out and leave while the place is burning down? Like, what the fuck is going on?
Yes.
That's a little confusing there. That's not protocol.
She described everything to Chip, too. Like, this guy died that way. This one was on fire. Like, I'm at a loss for words. As you can tell, I'm still stumbling over him.
It was so bad.
No big deal. She just goes home and just goes to sleep.
And she's just ranting on like nothing happened. And like, you would talk to a 16, 17-year-old high school girlfriend that's just going off. And Chip is a very genuine guy because he gives no fucks about Melody Lane. He doesn't care at all what just happened. The only thing he's asking is if she's okay. He's concerned for her well-being. He's asking like all these questions and making sure she's fine. And then the doorbell rings and she goes to check it out. And it's like a ding-dong ditch, dude. No one's there. And the one thing you don't do in a horror movie is hang up the phone when someone's fucking with you. So she hangs up the phone with Chip, and then she hears the noise. She figures, I hung up. I'm in my safe space now. Let me go walk around the house and explore what's going on because, it's fucking clearly 2 a.m. in the morning, whatever. Right. I don't know exactly what time.
Hasn't she seen any horror movie ever?
Yeah, dude, seriously.
Ever. Anyone, pick one.
These are all fucking no-nos. And she even opens the basement door and takes a peek.
Yeah,
dude, no.
Like,
when I first saw that, I thought I was waiting for like the typical horror movie where she's like behind the door when they open up the basement door.
Right.
Yeah, but
props for her not being there.
She goes into the kitchen and doesn't see anything at first. And then out of nowhere, dude, it's Jennifer, who's an absolute mess. This girl looks like she went through a fucking meat grinder. She is covered in blood. The feathers in her like poof jacket are everywhere. She's distorted. The only thing she can do is smile. She's doing nothing else but smiling at Needy. Then she turns around and she walks through the fridge and she inhales a fucking rotisserie chicken. Like, I don't mean like she eats it. Like you can hear her like just breathe it in and take everything in. And Needy is panicked, and it's not because Jennifer's covered in blood. She's not panicked at what she's seeing. She's panicked because her mom bought that chicken from Boston Market.
Dude, I'd be pissed too.
Tomorrow night.
I'd be fucking pissed too, dude.
Trouble.
You can't eat someone else's chicken. You can't eat someone else's chicken. I'd be so upset.
Especially Boston Market chicken, dude.
Right?
That shit's fucking. Oh.
Yeah, if a demon comes home, it's like obviously you're gonna get messed up by this demon. But you're gonna eat my protein first. Like,
dude,
come on,
don't do that.
Don't do that. Don't be a dick, demon.
Dude, and she calls her out on this. And instead of Jennifer turning around and just like ignoring it or keeping going, she lets out this like mammoth growl that you would only hear in like a band like Luna Shores. Like just immediately vomits and pukes black shit everywhere.
Oh man, where's Ro Ramos?
That was nasty.
And then she just scares the shit out of Needy and immediately leaves. Like, see you later, best friend. Have a good night. Hope you can sleep now. We're back in high school, and the girls are making it out. Like there's a group of girls around and back in high school now, and they're talking shit, and like the gossip rumors are everywhere about how Needy and Jennifer made it out of Melody Lane alive. They're saying like they had to kick down doors, they had to like fend off the flames from Zeus, and like all this just crazy shit. And you can tell gossip in high school is just absolutely wild.
I came so much closer to dying than you.
Yeah, dude. Needy's sitting there and she's just in utter disbelief in everything that's going on, like fully checked out, like Justin went during a Waterboy recap. And then Jennifer just comes in and sits down next to her like nothing ever happened. Dude, she looks like $1,000,000. She's stunning. Her makeup's on point. Like if you could 10 out of 10 on every Richter scale, it like glowing skin. It's just unreal. And then the teacher walks in after he does his daily segment for the Daily Bugle and gives a breakdown of what happened and how sorry he is and how they lost that smoking hot senorita Spanish teacher. And then as like you can hear the kids crying, he effortlessly spins around and grabs a tissue with his claw hand and pinches it immediately like it's been a part of him his whole life and hands him the tissue with the hook hand. I don't know about you guys, but that was just immaculate. I don't know how many takes it took, but that was immaculate. It seemed like it was all just one spell swoop. You could see Needy's losing her mind because she's like holding her hands in front of Jennifer. Like this shit is real. Like you can still see the black
blood in there. Yeah.
She's like, I was up all night scrubbing this shit. First off, you're up all night scrubbing this shit. I would have called someone. Secondly, I ain't going to school the next day. I was just in a horrific fucking bar fire where everyone I know there died. And then my best friend threw up. I'm not going to school the next day. I'm sorry. Chip and Needy are walking down the hallways and they're talking back and forth. They don't know if Jennifer looks better today than she ever has, or if it's just Waterboy's calf muscles in the background or what's going on. But they start having this like genuine debate. And the only way to end this debate is to let Waterboy take over.
Let's talk about that first, Evan.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that real quick.
Let's talk about that real quick. This is a damn good show. So Justin, you're just.
I don't know if he's frozen or if he left to go pee.
Or he's just disappointed in me.
Oh, you know what it is someone singing Through the Trees and he's in love.
Were you starstruck, Justin?
Sorry, I don't even know what happened there. My bad.
All right, Justin, stop moving. Stop moving. Lift your head up like a little bit. There you go, right there. Stop.
Oh my God. Whoa, that's so crazy.
You can see her eyes in your fucking glasses.
Through my sunglasses. All right, so creepy. All right, so yeah, what I did love about this movie so far is you could tell it doesn't really take itself too serious and a lot just like doesn't make sense, and how awesome, like ridiculous the dialogue is, and basically you can just tell you're in for like a fun ride and just absolutely love the first 30 minutes. Take it away, Waterboy, unless anyone else got anything.
All right. So Jennifer seeing Jonas crying, and being that awesome person that she is, she goes to comfort him like, hey, let's not do this here. Nobody wants to see you crying here. And so she leads him through the trees. All right, I can't do that.
Don't quit your day job.
All right.
I can't talk though because I suck at singing too.
To help him take a load off, you know. But But surprise, my boy should have chose abstinence because now she's eating your abs.
Whoa.
Miss,
That was good. That was good.
Thank you. Mr. Robleski hears the screaming and goes to investigate, only to find Jonas's body. Another tragedy for Devil's Kettle.
Did you see what he said the first scream, though? Let it out, son. Let it out.
After getting a fill up, Jennifer decides to take a bath and wash up in the lake. Jen calls Needy to tell her how she feels. Awesome before she gets the call from Chip, and Jennifer wondering if he's got some pubic inches. Chip tells Needy about Jonas's body being ripped open. And then 1 month passes with Low Shoulder becoming a hit with their Through the Trees becoming the school's theme song.
Dude, she can't fucking stand it. And when they're sitting in that classroom, she calls out the other girls and they're like, you don't know that. It's factual. It was on the Wikipedias.
They're heroes. And they lied about saving the people in the fire. Jennifer, looking like she hasn't slept in a week, seems she's losing her power after not eating. Seeing that Needy liked Colin and thought he's cool, Jennifer invites Colin over to her place, for dinner and a movie. But then Chip butts in with Needy saying he's got more condoms at Target. Transition into some young love and Colin jamming out on the drive to a sketchy abandoned neighborhood with one house with just one light on, which
Waterboy, you guys tell me this drive to that house didn't bring you back to when you first got your license. My man has an iPod hooked up via the cassette tape in his car.
Oh my God.
Screaming at the top of his lungs, I can see clearly now. The rain is gone. I can't think of his name right now, but the kid who plays Colin, low-key horror icon. That I can't tell. I can't tell you that movie he's been in. I didn't.
Dude,
he was in Smile.
Dude, he's been in a lot. He was in a ton of horror movies.
Yeah, he was one of the kids in The New Nightmare. He was in that.
Yeah, he's in a lot.
He's been in everything.
Yep.
And I don't know why you would even keep on going to this house. It's one house with one light on. Nope.
I mean, when you're seduced by
a succubus.
Yeah. And I mean, I fully get it. There's been numerous times where you were in high school and you went out with a friend or whatever, and you'd go to a house that's up for sale or an abandoned house or somewhere in the woods for a party.
Yes,
I've done this 1,000 times.
Dude, I thought oh my God.
Especially in Plymouth, Halifax, Bridgewater, any
Cava.
Developments.
Let's go.
Cava, dude. Any way you can get anything with any kind of shelter, an abandoned campground, you name it. We should be dead right now, according to horror logic.
Dude, I just got hit with so much nostalgia of partying in empty places and stuff like that, and being built and stuff. Oh my God.
Lots of vodka and Sprite.
Dude, don't even get me started on Rubinoff.
Oh,
fucking plastic bottle is turning my stomach right
God.
now.
The freaking
Mad Dog, bro.
Handle. I got my $9.99 handle of vodka. Let's go.
Goldschlager.
Oh,
I'm gonna get fancy tonight.
It's got gold.
All right, where were we?
All right. Getting shit-faced. Needy and Chip doing the deed when Jennifer starts eating Colin, and Needy starts to see/feel the same things that Jennifer is doing and screaming and freaking out, and Chip's feeling great, and he's just wondering if he's too big,
Dude, he gets so excited. He's like, wait, am I too big? I just overly. Did you guys pick up on the pun that Jen drops when she grabs Colin by the dick? She goes, nice hardware, Ace. I'm like, if that's not a sponsor drop, then
right.
They missed out.
Needy abruptly leaves in a car to go and find her or to get Colin and runs into Jennifer, who stumbles onto the street with blood all over her, barely missing her before Jennifer jumping up onto the hood and breaking the car mirror. Needy is like, fuck that, and she goes home. She tries to get some sleep after what just happened, but nope. Jennifer's there in bed with her, because they always sleep in the same bed when they have slumber parties.
That's sandbox love, man. It never goes away.
Nope.
Cue the lesbian makeout scene between her and Needy before Needy's like, hold the fuck. What's going on?
What's happening? Life comes at you fast.
That scene sent erections across fucking America for every teenager ever
Oh, God.
watching this.
Oh
They're like,
my God.
What is that?
Yeah. What are these feelings I'm feeling?
Proceeds to go into detail about what happened that night, saying that Low Shoulder are pretty much agents of Satan with really awesome haircuts. Turns out that they were going to sacrifice her to gain popularity, but Jennifer wasn't a virgin. After they brutally stabbed her, a demon had went into her body and she became what she was. She is at her weakest when she hasn't eaten and virtually unkillable when she's well fed. Next day, the funeral, where Colin's mom saying that by the time they found him, it looked like lasagna with teeth. Needy finds that she is in fact a succubus demon who preys on men. She doesn't want him to go to the dance, and Chip explains he loves her a lot, and not just some girl he made love to for 4 minutes. And with that comment, let's hand that over to Justin to explain what that means and take us home.
Let's go.
Dude, just really fast, Colin. Like I said, I love him. I wish he had a bigger role in this. But Chip, low key, is like
good.
The best boyfriend you could ever have in any kind of horror movie. Like,
Chip is awesome.
He's a chip off the old block, you know.
I feel so bad for this guy. He's just nothing but concerning and nothing but loving and caring.
Dude, he's so awesome.
And she just throws him to the side like he's a bag of shit. Justin, fun fact: Chip spelt I can't talk because I'm handing this over to you.
That's a good transition.
Chip spent $12 on a corsage, and he's disappointed that he's not going to get to use it.
All right, that was awesome. All right, and go. So it is dance time now. So we are getting ready for the dance, and we actually cut to Jennifer getting ready. And guess what? She looks like absolute crap. So you know what that means. She is getting hungry. So then we cut to the dance. Looks like everyone's having a great time. And then we cut to Chip. Chip is walking, and he's walking through the park. It's a little spooky. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, we see Jennifer disappear right in front of him. And she basically just starts telling Chip, like, hey, I didn't want to tell you this and everything, but Colin and Needy were intimate.
Colin?
And was that not the name?
Colin.
Oh,
you called him Colin.
Colin. Sorry, Colin.
I mean, I get it, dude. In order for Jennifer to get full strength, she definitely ate that ass. But
oh my God,
what do you think? He's a shitbag now?
Colin. Hold on. How do you say it again? Colin.
Colin. Colon is something that rests between your booty cheeks.
She basically tells him that Colin and Needy
got a colonoscopy.
We're intimate. She says, you know what? They were porking on a regular basis, and they were doing crazy advanced sex moves that you can only dream about. Like, did she really have to say that? Like, come on, that's just being.
You can see it in his face.
Like he's like,
this dude is heartbreaking. You can see him literally being crushed. And then she all of a sudden, like, they're like leaning against a tree and everything, and she starts like kissing him and everything. She's like, you know what? Let's go somewhere else. Meanwhile, when this has happened, we see the dance, and we feel we see Needy like sensing it, like her spidey senses are tingling. And as that's happening, the teacher literally announces, guess who we got here? We got Low Shoulder playing this dance for free to help us all out. So Low Shoulder starts playing. Needy senses this. And she's like, oh, crap. Like, I got to get out of here. So she just runs from the dance. She's looking for Chip. She goes to his house, and the mom's like, no, he walked there. And we cut to the it's like an abandoned park in the park house, the little house there. They have like the pool, the town pool and everything. And
yeah, dude, Chip. She finds the $12 corsage just laying on the ground and knows what's up.
She's like, oh,
she can actually hear him scream for help.
Yeah, she looks and she sees like this old closed abandoned place, and it's not doing too good.
That would you ever even like go for like that water, man? Oh my gosh,
dude, that place is so creepy and abandoned.
Yeah, when she brings him up there and she's like, let's go for a swim. She's like, what did she say? I want you to see my breaststroke. And even like then, he's still fully checked out. Like even when they were making out, you could tell he didn't know what was going on. Yeah. And he's just like, I'm not swimming in there. That's gross.
That's brain eating amoeba shit.
Right. So literally right then, as you were saying, like he's like, you know what? I gotta go. Like this is weird. And she just throws him in the pool. And she chucks him in the pool. And all of a sudden Needy runs in. And we see Jennifer is in there in the pool with him, and it looks like they're kissing, but she's actually like biting his neck and just like,
dude, she is giving one hell of a hickey.
Yeah, dude, his neck is getting absolutely destroyed. And Needy runs in there. She starts praying. She is ready for a fight. And then all of a sudden, Jennifer like flies out of like levitates, like flies out of the friggin' pool. And he's like, oh my God, she can fly. And she's like, she's just hovering. It's not that impressive.
Yeah, it's not that impressive.
It's so awesome. And then I love when Needy's like yelling at her and everything. She's like, you're the worst friend. She's saying how like this is so terrible. I should have seen the signs and everything. And I love that Jennifer's like, you know what? I'm a bad friend. And now I'm eating your boyfriend. At least I'm consistent. Like she's got a point there.
Consistency is key to any relationship.
Right? So as they're having an awesome battle and everything, we see oh my God, what's his name? Boyfriend
Chip.
there. Chip. He actually
Not Colin. Chip.
Yeah, I know. I almost said Colin again. Chip out of nowhere impales Jennifer with the broken pool net stick there. So she looks like she's dying, but she actually pulls it out, growls at them, and she is gone. She bails, jumps out
This
the
is that
window.
scene that I was talking about when she was like, "Do you got a tampon? You look like you're plugging."
Right? Like
basically just calling her a bitch.
Yeah. The dialogue is so consistent throughout this whole entire movie. It's so consistently and great. And then this scene, man, it actually got me. Like, as she's gone, like Chip is just laying there dying, and Edie stays with him. And damn it, man, like everything Sean already touched on it early. Chip drops
the most emotional line you could probably get from a couple of high schoolers. He looks her dead in the eyes and goes, "I'm going somewhere. I'm pretty sure I already died, but I heard your voice and I came back." And then he dies.
Like I literally wrote fuck. Like this sucks.
Yeah,
like
Justin cried.
I'm not
emotional, man.
It's just I'm not that emotional. I'm not crying. You're crying. Anyway,
yeah,
so
I'm chopping onions, man.
Right, and then we have a cut scene to later on. We see Needy comes to in bed, and she is a complete mess. And we see her. She just gets up and she starts suiting up. You can tell she is getting ready for something. And then we cut scene to where we see Jennifer, and she's getting ready for bed. And we see Needy outside the window. And next thing you know, smashes through the window. We get a fight. They are on the bed on top of each other, just wrestling, going to town. And oh god!
Wait, was there another scene like that? What movie were you watching?
Wait! Did you watch The Right Jennifer's Body?
I think you watched Jennifer's Body too.
The music kicked in. So yeah, maybe my imagination went a little wild during the scene, but so they're fighting, they're flipping around each other, and Needy ends up getting bit. We see her getting bitten, but then it gets badass because like as she's on top of Jennifer levitates. How cool is that? Like scene, and then he's got like a box cutter knife or something. She's got some kind of knife.
Did you hear her? Like... She goes, "Do you know what this is?"
Butch.
She goes, "What?" She goes, "It's a box cutter. It's for cutting boxes." And she goes, "Do you buy all your weapons at Home Depot? You're so butch."
It is so. See what I mean? It's so consistent, even in this insane fight scene. It's so ridiculous. And she literally stabs her right through the heart. And she falls down and she is dying. And as this has happened, Jennifer's mom comes running in, starts freaking out.
I was gonna say before that happened. So she ripped off their best friend forever necklace, and then she immediately stops hovering, almost like it took away something from her. And then she falls to the bed, and that's when he falls. Yeah, that's when she stabs her.
And stabs her right in the heart. Pretty sure she even says, "Ouch, my tit," and she's like, "No, your heart." Like, no, that's not like your heart. As the mom comes in, and then like we have a big jump scene to back to where Sean started in the beginning. We see the jail, and we see them trying to still feed her. She's in the solitary confinement.
She actually eats the food though. That's where I got. Yeah, she must not want to eat the.
Yeah, so she eats this now. Strength. And you hear her talking how the cool thing about is if you get bitten by a demon and you live, you have some of the powers. So you see her start like meditating, and then as she's meditating, she literally is levitating, meditating. Well, that's like next level.
Meditating.
She is levitating.
Be hesitating.
Oh, let's drop
shit.
We just
dropping the bars, dude. Oh my god, it's a
freestyle ending this shit right here. Oh man. So as she's levitating and meditating, she levitates up to the window and she breaks out of the window, escapes. We see her walking right out of this place. We see her walking down the street now where she finds the knife. We see the knife.
The balls the scientists were dropping.
Yes, we see the scientists' balls where they dropped. The scientists'
balls.
That's not, oh my god. We see the oh, that was terrible. We see the knife sorry, they're orange balls, like scientific balls. And then a hitchhiker Yeah, goodness, that I did all that up, and then we see a
No,
hitchhiker.
I'm leaving it in, dude. I love when you talk about balls.
We see a hitchhiker stop and pick her up, and she gets in. He's like, "Where you heading?" She's like, "East." She goes, "I'm following a rock band, and tonight is the last show." And then you see the sign on the side
It said
of the highway.
low
Did you
shoulder.
notice that? It said
Yeah.
like low shoulder. That was so badass.
It's like, let's go.
And then we get some awesome. We get the end credits going on. The end, but as the end credits play, we see like the band at like the hotel room. Like we see them answer their door, and all of a sudden you just see footage of them getting slaughtered. You see blood everywhere, dead bodies everywhere. You see them getting absolutely killed. It's awesome, like crime scene photos playing out as the movie ends. And the last cut before the movie ends, you see her like walking out, and you see security cam footage, and you see her like look up, needy look up, and then the movie cuts out. The end.
I would
Awesome
have
ending.
loved to have seen her just tear that entire band to shreds.
Yeah. It would have raised up my points a lot more if we would have seen some more carnage.
I mean, I get it. I fully agree with leaving it up to our imagination because, I mean, it's only a hotel room. There's only so much she can do. But if she just went in there and was like tossing bodies, and then we got a shot of her like making Adam Brody go down on his knees begging for forgiveness before she uses the knife that he used on Jennifer to fucking gut him.
Yeah.
That would have been awesome.
Yeah. I don't know. I love that ending. I thought it was really cool, like the crime scene photos and everything, and her walking
That was
out.
cool, yeah.
That was beautiful. The way it was shot too.
Even though it ended with friggin' Hole, it ended with Violet by Hole playing. I had to just like try to like take a deep breath and not get triggered from my dislike of Courtney Love. But it's like fast. This is the last thing I ever want to say about Hole, and I don't want to get sidetracked by the Courtney Love dislike. But do you know where the title of this movie was taken from?
There's a song. It's
the whole song. It's literally a song called Jennifer's Body off Hole's Live Through This album. It's number 5. Yeah, so this movie is literally, that's why they played Courtney Love at the end of this movie, because Jennifer's Body is a Hole song taken. So that's a fun fact right there.
It's funny because I was watching this with my wife, and then she randomly said, "I knew they were going to play this song."
Yep.
Of course.
Yeah, right.
Don't get me started.
Oh, can I do another fun fact? Can I do another fun fact?
My wife loves that shit.
Give us all the fun facts, bro. It is fun time right here in fun time.
It's fun time. Do you guys know who that hitchhiker was?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
What do you guys got?
What was it? Was he in he was in
everything,
Aliens, right?
Oh,
he was
Pumpkinhead.
Yeah, Pumpkinhead, Aliens. He's in so much stuff.
That is Lance Henriksen.
Yeah,
Sovereign Master Lance Henriksen just randomly appears. Oh, I got another fun fact. That waterfall is a real waterfall. It's called Devil's Kettle, and it's in a state park in Minnesota, and the water just disappears into like a glacier pothole. So that's
let's go.
Badass. Yeah.
Just figured I'd tell you that too.
You want to go for a swim?
I like waterfalls.
Yeah, let's go.
Don't
we'll say another thing.
Don't go chasing them though.
Both Megan Fox and Amanda Seyfried. How do you say last name? Seyfried.
Amanda Seyfried.
Seyfried. They both said that this was their favorite movie that they've done. Just figured I'd say that too.
There's a lot of like underlying tones, and I guess this movie is from like they call it the male gaze, and I get it because it's overly sexualized, but at the same time, it's very like hidden undertones from a female perspective of men just being creeps.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the screenplay was written by a woman, and it was this is written by a woman and directed by a woman. Like the director is a woman. I'll shout out her name right now. Oh my God, what's her name? Is Karen Kusama. She actually directed it, and the writer, oh God, I forget her name, but she was actually in the news this week talking about how she actually was not done with Jennifer's Body, and she actually wants a sequel.
I think there's a sequel that I think I saw something like that. They want to have a sequel up by like 2025.
Yeah, she's not done for it. She wants to like kind of get her, and I think she said it's going to be maybe like a reboot kind of thing, but she was the one who actually wrote the screenplay. So she said she is not done with it. And that's weird that we're doing this right now, because this literally, they were talking about her like this week.
That's great. Dude, we always do this shit. Like we'll pod, and then somebody will be talking about it, or like I've even seen other listen to other podcasts.
Yeah, dude, Shred is,
and we'll do one
popping off.
Seriously,
and we'll do a podcast, and then like a week later, I'll see that same movie that we did on another fucking horror podcast.
Right? That is weird. What do you guys got? Someone talk.
What do I got? I mean, I got my final thoughts and my final rating.
I've got ADD.
Oh yeah. All right, go ahead, Sean. Take us your rating and your final thoughts.
My final thoughts on this movie is from the very beginning to the end, there is no slow points. Even when there's supposed to be slow points in this movie, They do very great with comedy. They do incredible with the way the movie is shot from start to finish. The ambiance is great. Dude, the soundtrack is amazing. I can't think off the top of my head right now. I think it's Panic at the Disco when they're painting the signs for prom and they slap the blood across. Like it looks like blood, but it's red paint. Like it just brought me back to when I was in high school. I know Justin was very punk rock, but I listened to everything from emo to punk to grunge, everything.
Me and Sean share the same taste.
Yeah, this movie.
Can I say one more thing too?
Hit all the right feels. Go ahead.
You can keep talking about it. Just you said about the punk rock and I liked a lot of like obscure punk bands too, not just like the poppy stuff. I was like diehard punk rock. When the kid's singing, I can see clearly now the sun is gone. Dude, that's Screeching Weasel. Like, who else listens to Screeching Weasel? About. Dude, I have 10 CDs of Screeching Weasel, and they actually had Screeching freaking Weasel. I have a Screeching Weasel shirt. And sorry, Screeching Weasel is in this, and they were like one of my favorite punk bands that no one even has like heard of or anything. And they were in the soundtrack, so I got excited.
Like all the kids I went to high school with and I grew up with were versions of Colin. You either had those over eccentric goth kids, or you had the skater boys, or you had the scene kids, or you just had a mix of everything. And where I grew up, like everyone got along with each other. So there was no segregated groups. Like the goths hung out with the jocks. We had, band geeks that played fucking varsity baseball. Like it was very, very well mingled, but this made me feel like I was back in 2006, 2007, just hanging out with the boys. Yeah. And my overall rating is an 8.5. And I think that's rock fucking solid because every time I watch this movie, I don't find myself wanting to fast forward, looking at my phone. It's very enjoyable. I can sit down and just watch it, even though I know exactly what's going to happen.
Right. Well said. Well said.
Gosh.
What do you got, Waterboy?
Knocking at the door.
At the door, baby.
Love Shack.
Baby, Love Shack. Love Shack, baby. All right, Waterboy. Oh, what's he doing? He's mumbling. This guy moves south and just think he can do whatever the fuck he wants.
Seriously? I do whatever I want. I'm the boss.
I do what I want. Hey, Mom, go get me some fucking cheese fries.
Mom, so this for my first watch, I will say that I'm not a huge fan of like the teenage type of drama thing, but this movie did it a little bit differently, and they made it funny. And I did enjoy it. The kills were pretty fucking awesome for its time. I did like Megan Fox, but I lowered it a little bit because of her being a huge bitch. But for the movie and what it was, I'm gonna give it a 7.2 out of 10, and that's mainly because I'm not a huge like high school type of drama type of movie guy, but I still thought it was good. I mean, I'd still watch it again, of course, and for that's
This guy's over here trying to justify that he doesn't like high school dramas, but Justin, he's got Degrassi from fucking front to back on Blu-ray that he watches in his time off.
Listen, okay, listen,
teen mom.
That was such a great show.
I don't even know what it is.
I don't know. I'm just
you
trying
don't
to
know who Drake is?
I know who Drake is. Why? I don't know what a Degrassi is.
He was a guy in a wheelchair on Degrassi.
All right, let's go with Justin.
Before he got famous.
Oh yeah, so I forgot to give my final thought. I just did my fun things, but my final thoughts.
With fun things.
I did some fun things when you guys
final
were talking.
Thoughts like THOT, like that hoe over there.
But, shit! Oh my god! Yeah, I thought this movie, kind of how Sean touched on it. I thought this movie was consistently fun. Even like you said, the parts that are like the slower parts, I still thought it had a good humor in it. So my final rating on this is an 8 out of 10, just because it's fun. Throw out some of the logic, because obviously some of the shit it jumps around randomly and you're like, wait, what just happened? And some of the shit doesn't make sense to you at all. You're like, but just throw out all that, and just for the fun rating, I give it a solid 8 out of 10.
Nice,
Let's
dude.
go.
So
Love
we
it.
got an 8.5, an 8, and a 7.2.
Oh yeah, and I'll just touch the rewatchability on this. I think is really good. Like Sean said, even though you know everything that's going, it's such a fun one to watch. And I mean, I know it's not like scary or anything, but it's just a fun watch. Like I feel like you could watch this if this was on TV and you're flipping around, not doing anything. It'd be a really good background movie.
And the CGI, even in this movie, when it shows her face, is very well done because it's not overly bright, so they do keep it dark.
Yeah,
And you can tell like it's CGI, obviously, because the movie's dated, but it's not grossly
Like
CGI.
Like even with her eyes changing when she was with Colin.
yep.
That was a beautiful touch.
He
was like, "Oh shit!"
Right.
I got to go. Like,
yeah, he was like, "You don't even know my last name," and she's like, "Shh, stop talking, kiss me."
All right, so yeah, let's wrap this out. Let's tell him what. Oh, sorry, you still talking?
I was just gonna say, let's tell him what we got next week, but he was taking it away. So let's wrap this out, Justin.
I was trying to wrap it up.
Did somebody say rap?
Just oh my dear God. You know what? Someone else.
Lama Duma Lama.
Meditating, levitating.
All right, hack stab slash. If you've been with us this long, please leave a 5-star review and hang out with us and share the show. Help us grow. We're almost at 500, guys. I checked this morning before we came on. We're at 497. 500 is the goal. Let's fucking go.
Let's go.
This, Jennifer's Body pushes us over that threshold. But if it doesn't, hopefully this legendary movie we're covering next week does it for us. It's Return of the Living Dead 3. One of, and I quote just Justin, some fucking weirdo on TikTok, probably one of the best love stories in horror ever told.
All time.
Of
So
all
good.
time.
One of the best ones I've ever heard in my life.
God dang it, Peggy.
God dang it, man. Bobby, if you're my son, I'd hug you right now.
All right. I'm Hacky. That's Stabby. This
And
guy
that's
below me on
just
this
Justin.
screen. Just Justin. That's how we do. We out.
But
So,
I do got to say, once we hit 500, he's going to be slashy.
I
He's
didn't
gonna
say
be
that.
slashy.
Did not say that. Peace.
Hey, Justin,
What do you got?
you got a tampon? You seem like you're plugging.
Whoa.